Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 4 of class. I think this video will be just a little bit shorter because we have quite a few things to do. We have obviously your weekly assignment on competitive teams, and then you also have your organizational um, org project 1 is also due this Sunday. So want to keep this one kind of brief so that we can get through that, but do want to make sure I touch on some of the important things of a team because I think this may help you as you put some of the final touches on some of your projects and really just have a better understanding of how these teams are operating and stuff like that. So we'll hop right in. Okay, so actually we want to be here. So yeah, looking at this week again, week 4. Topics are competitive teams. We do have a couple videos. This one, and then one more that I want you to watch as part of your discussion. And then remember that the org project one is due Sunday, and that the weekly assignment more than discussion is also due Sunday. No replies are needed since the projects are also due. Don't want to throw any more work on you guys than really needs to be. So first things first, let's talk a little bit about some of the competitive teams. So this is linked in your week 4 readings, so you can go back to this document and look at it anytime. This is just literally threw some bullet points together just so that you can get a better understanding of some of the structure and aspects of the teams. So looking at some of that org structure here, ownership and management. So some of the things this will help when you like put your org chart together. Really, is kind of what this is here for. Um, Ownership and management. You can have things like obviously your owners or organizations that would own esports orgs. So sometimes it's a private owner, someone who founded it and go on to do it. Other times it will be sports companies. Truthfully, sports franchises will go in and buy groups of investors together, things like that. So basically, who owns it, who has the final say in a lot of those decisions. Otherwise, we have your general or team managers. So these are the people who are going to see like all of your day-to-day operations, make sure that the team runs essentially. Business and marketing teams. So handle like sponsorships, PR, social media, brand partnerships, um, relations. Make sure the activations are done. Say your team was sponsored by Razer, and you like part of that was your players had to make a post. Someone of that team is going to make sure that your players have those posts, know what to say, and post that approved message and stuff on all their socials. Next, that coaching and support staff. So this is more what you think when you think of a competitive team. So that's like your head coach and your assistant coaches. These are the ones who are organizing the team, developing the strategies, practice, making all like tactical decisions and stuff like that. Being coming together for the team, being that leader for them. You may also have analysts. So sometimes this is on the coach, depending on what esport and stuff you're in. You may have a separate one, but you're going to break down the game footage, scout the opponents, and then use all of your data and things like that to fine tune some of your strategies so that in Valorant you know that X team hits B 8 out of 10 times on their first round, probably go cover B and stuff like that. So that analyst is really going to support the coach so that the coach can help come up with some of those strategies and stuff. And then some other support roles that you may have depending on your organization. It could be things like trainers, mental health coaches, doctors, performance psychologists, and anything like that to just make sure that your players are well maintained and are successful as a person, not just playing. Next are your players. So players can look different based on what team and stuff that you're doing, but like League of Legends or something, you're gonna have like very specific roles. Your ADC, jungler, top, support. Valorant, you might have like an IGL, or maybe someone is just a Yoru one trick. So you know that they're going to be a duelist for you, initiators. Back in the day, Call of Duty used to have roles with like ARs and subs, but all the guns just shoot so straight now that it doesn't matter. But some games will have specialized roles. Otherwise, it's just your team. Um, Yeah, next, so some of the competitive aspects of those teams, so team dynamics and communication. This is what makes the team's competitive are some of these things, right? So dynamics and communication. So you're emphasizing synergy, in-game comms, trust between teammates and stuff. Attitudes are good. So like you want to like have scrims, practice matches, and stuff to hone teamwork, working with each other, understanding each other, just how kind of that all flows. Strategic planning and analysis. So this is where like you're planning for those matches. You're not just dropping in off the battle bus and just seeing what's going on. Every time you're gonna have plans going into matches, an understanding of what you need to do and what they need to do. So all that prep and stuff that goes into it. Training and development, so practice routines, boot camps, other types of training to build and maintain that high level of performance. So this could be physical and mental training in game and out of game. So everything that you need to do to develop players to do what they need to do. And then obviously the competitive formats. So again, this changes based on what game you're playing, but you're gonna see like it's not just again kind of dropping in to have fun and play games. There's stakes, tournaments, and things like that to be a part of and stuff too. So like I said, just kind of a general breakdown of teams, like the concept of team, and not necessarily like a specific team. That is kind of what our assignment is about this week. So we'll start with this one. Week 4 competitive teams. So in order to provide a good discussion post, make sure you watch the linked video. It's a little over 20 minutes, so give yourself some extra time to complete this one. Don't log in at 11:40 and think that you can get all this done. I mean, you can watch it on 2 times speed, and then you got 10 minutes to write, but don't do that. Please be watching this before Friday or Saturday. If not, let's have a talk. But this is a little bit longer of an assignment in terms of like how many questions that you have to answer. But I think this is one of the better ones, truthfully. So at first, it's like literally just what's your favorite professional esports team? Why do you like them and how did you first encounter them? If you don't have a favorite, find the team that's appealing and explain why it was appealing to you, just doing some minor research and stuff. And then what makes a team competitive? I left that broad on purpose. I want to see where you take this answer. Just make sure that you give a reason, basically. And then next, so this is where the video ties in. So we have this video here, what really happened to Apex Champs, 100 Thieves Apex documentary. So I think this is a good video that kind of breaks down a lot of what goes into taking a team to a tournament, essentially. So you're going to answer some questions based on that video. What do you think makes kind of? So you need to like watch the video to have a good understanding of why I'm asking you these, because then I'm asking you to step into the shoes of the GM of 100 Thieves Apex. So what defines success or makes your team successful? How do you make your team more relatable to fans? And how do you become more competitive and consistently better in the games that you play? So like I said, this is a step into the shoes of, and this video is going to help you kind of understand what all goes into that so that you can answer it just a little bit better. Let's see. Other than that, let me pull back up. Lost my mouse. Where'd it go? Here we go. Let's pull back up the org project just very quickly. Again, this is due this weekend. Please, please, please make sure that you get this done. This is a large portion of the grade. Projects make up, I believe, 35% of the grade. This obviously is just the first project, but it's a big one, worth a lot of points, and your grade's not going to look good if you don't do well on this because it's weighted so heavily. Again, this research, if you haven't started this research yet, please grind it out for me. This is a big part of it. And again, things need to be cited correctly. And if you don't have any citations and you turn in research, you will not receive any points on part 1 because you cannot do research and not cite some type of source. These questions are built to be cited and show me some stuff. So just make sure that you get that done for me. And then part 2 is your organization. So just again, make sure that you get this done. Here's all the requirements down here. I think it's pretty straightforward. No one's sent me any questions yet, so I'm hoping that everyone's reviewed it, knows what's going on, and has a good understanding. But if you have any questions, please reach out. Yeah, I can guarantee that I will answer questions up until 9 p.m. on Friday night. Anything that comes in after that, I can't guarantee that I'll get a response to you in time. But I will be checking up until that point on Friday for any messages, questions, or things like that about the project. So please feel free to reach out. Other than that, I might get to them. Don't plan on it. And then please submit it as a PDF so that the format doesn't break. That's for you and for me. And then, yeah, like I said, I gave you guys a really good example here. So if you guys just check this out, this is basically what I'm expecting to see. This is a very large 14-page document from someone. Obviously, a lot of these are references here at the bottom, but I expect this to be well thought out and formatted, very similar to this one. You've had access to this since the start of the course. Other than that, that's all I have for this video. Like I said, kind of a quick one, about 10 minutes. If you have any questions, you have my email. Some have me on Discord. I'm in the Manchester Discord as well if you need to DM there. The quickest way to get a hold of me, I'll see that one. But we'll also be checking my email throughout the week and up until that time on Friday night, like I said. But if you have any questions, please just let me know and have fun with these projects.